G'day, I'm Ryan.
G'day, I'm Joel. We're from Airbourne, and you're watching Tell Us Rock.
Sweden rock! Do you believe in rock and roll? Sweden rock! Do you believe in rock and roll?
So, Joel and Ryan O'Keefe, Airbourne. A warm welcome to Sweden and Sweden Rock.
Good to be back.
Good to be back.
Yeah, this is not your first time in Sweden, and it's definitely not the first time in Sweden Rock, right?
No.
Absolutely. Our first ever European festival for Airbourne in the history of our band was Sweden Rock.
So you kind of have some special relationships.
Definitely.
Yeah.
When we walked out on that stage, there was fucking no one there. First time we played was Stand Up for Rock and Roll.
That's right.
And I remember once we kicked that fucker in, we just saw people from fields a long way off, and they just started running. And then big flags, big flags. They running down this hill. By the end of Stand for Rock and Roll, we had the whole fucking hill, and it was just mayhem. We'd never felt that before. We come from pubs and clubs in Australia,
Wow.
to just touring around Australia, around, and flew over here going, oh, what's this going to be? You know, we'd never even really played a festival before, and then bang, Sweden Rock. We're like, this is how it's done. You know, like fuck. And the love of rock and roll.
Yeah,
In Sweden.
it's huge.
It's
And
big.
Airbourne, trust me, you are extremely popular in Sweden, which you probably are aware of. But I mean,
It feels like coming home.
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
Well, I get goosebumps when you say it, because I can see that you really mean it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. So, I mean, your relationship to Sweden in general. I mean, you played other arenas as well in Sweden.
Yeah.
There a lot of times.
Yeah. We've been coming here for what, 20 years? 15 years or something?
Do you remember the first year you played in Sweden?
You
at all?
say it
It was
like
2008. 2008. We're not 20 years wrong.
that. Okay, we're not there yet.
We've been coming here since 2008.
Yeah. So
But playing a festival like this or playing classic arena gig or whatever, what do you prefer? Which is most fun, or is it hard to...
that's a hard
It's a hard one, you know. I mean,
question. It's like festivals are kind of, I guess, headline. You know, like when you're indoors. It's good to have like a new record out when you do that, because you're like, you know, it's you and the team, you and your team, you know, your friends, your rock and roll friends are in a room rocking out to the new stuff. Festivals are like a celebration of everything you've done, and you can sort of just, it's for everyone kind of
sort of
thing.
do
So it's
that.
just two different things. They're both just as special.
Because, you know, you got Def Leppard fans, Motley Crue fans, but,
Yeah.
you know, all different kind of fans out there. But generally everyone's in that kind of thing. Well, it's particular with Sweden Rock because it's such a rock and roll focused festival that generally everyone loves every band.
Yeah.
You know, like it's kind of a thing. But if you haven't seen a certain band in a while, like I haven't seen Def Leppard for a while, and I'm pumped to see them.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff like that as a fan. So, like, as you know, people running through the gates today, it's how long is Sweden Rock this year? Started on a Wednesday with Motley Crue and Def Leppard. It's a fucking big way to start.
Yeah, it is. But before that, we have a bigger band called Airbourne. I don't know if you heard them.
Oh, we'll see how we go. I mean, you know, we'll do our best.
We'll do our best.
But making a set list for you, I mean, it's not like playing a festival. Of course, it's a shorter set list.
Yeah.
How do you even make a set list like this? I mean, what do you...
Try and jam them all in.
Yeah.
Is it like a war inside the band where like, I want this one or I want this
Oh,
one? or this one?
no. We just, it's a simple question. We just go, how can we fucking rock them the hardest? Let's go, that's it. And just pick the songs that are going to fit, you know, and then hopefully like, fuck, we're on time.
Yeah.
We're generally okay.
Generally,
that's
okay.
Ryan's fault if we're not.
Well, yeah. I actually, I've done it ever since we started, and I still do it. I like it. I got a watch on my Hyatt stand. And it's a diver's watch. So you know you get that red bit?
Yeah.
So if it gets to the red, I've got a mic to Joel's ears. I'm like, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, we're over, quick.
We're over. Yeah,
like the conductor or something.
Yeah. It's a military operation up there.
It is, it's good. It's intense.
But playing a festival like this, if you start running over time, what happens?
We generally don't.
Well, we generally don't.
It's only a couple of minutes.
There's ways.
And our road crew is immaculate.
We've done this a few times where now we know how to sort of bring it back in. And it's just, but it's, you know, there's no backing tracks and there's no bullshit up there like that, so we can. So we have the
Yeah.
freedom to throw as many beers out and go, fuck, we've been throwing beers out for 10 minutes. We've got to finish. Like, we've got to still play Running Wild. We can't finish without playing fucking Running Wild. We've got to go fucking out.
We have to
It's like that.
We kick back in when someone catches it, but there's been shows where like Joel's thrown out 30 and it's just one of those days they're just not catching it. So I'm like, we can't kick in yet until someone catches it. But then, but then sometimes I might be like, Joel, we got bags of time. So Joel just goes running off somewhere in the festival.
Yeah.
Literally.
Anything goes, free reign.
You're touring a lot, obviously. Do you rehearse?
Yeah, we rehearse.
Yeah, we do.
You got to rehearse.
Yeah.
What is that like? Tell me.
It's like, what key is
when
this one in
rehearse?
again? Oh, A. Right, okay. Get back into it.
Yeah.
But no, you just sort of got to tighten the screws.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
tighten the nuts and bolts. You don't want to come out there being a bit shit. You know, you want to come
Yeah.
out there and fucking hit them.
Yeah.
And the only way to do that is to rehearse. But there's no rehearsal like a live gig.
Nah.
No.
That's when it's like, you know, when they do the military training and they got like blanks and they're crawling under the wire, well,
Yeah.
they know it's blanks. But if you put real bullets in it, fucking you crawl a lot quicker. It's the same as a gig. It's the same as a gig.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's been a couple of years now since the last album.
Yeah, pandemic happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
But didn't you use the pandemic to write
Nah.
a couple
No,
of records?
we couldn't even. Joel and I were locked away from each other. The Melbourne got
so
locked
it was
down.
pretty.
But
Okay.
that's why we're out here doing this tour. You know, the mentality, it's positive, it's rock and roll. It was just it wasn't a very positive time. So it wasn't inspiring at all. So
Yeah.
we like to draw from the crowds and stuff. But now we've started before the tour, and
Yeah.
we've sort of been working on it. And then we're like, let's get out there and
Yeah.
rock again. And then we're taking notes or writing lyrics when we're out here and stuff like that. We'll go home and really delve into it. And then the next time you see us after this will be with a new record.
So next year maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the process like making music for you guys? This is so interesting to hear. I mean, do you start with the lyrics or how does it work?
You start with an idea, a bit of a
Yeah.
riff, you know.
Riffs
a bit of
are pretty
just a vibe,
inspirational.
Like it's just what's feeling rocking and go. This
But
is
the
good.
riff, start with the riff. I mean,
Yeah.
where does the riff come from? Do you out to walk in the dog and suddenly a riff comes, or what happens?
Just with the guitar, you just pick it up and something comes out.
Yeah.
And then you have a fucking hit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, a lot of it sometimes you don't use, you know. Like it's a lot of it, whether it's shit, you just go, it's not really hitting it, you know. But then every now and then you'll play something, and go, fuck, and we play it all together, and that's feeling really rocking. And
Yeah.
if that's got that feel, you know, then we'll write lyrics and write a song to it. You know, the riff usually leads the way.
So often start with the riff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll put
Okay.
down lyrical ideas and then go, oh fuck, there's an idea I had a year ago that might work with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So you started, it's more than 20 years ago since Airbourne was founded, right? Was it 2001 or something like that? But the first record, like,
My first show was
Five.
when I was 13. When I was 36. I don't know.
I don't know actually, because we were playing in school a bit. Were we?
Yeah.
I love this answer.
20 years or something.
It's about, yeah, well,
Around 20 years maybe?
Yeah,
What's the biggest difference from Airbourne when you started Airbourne today?
Not what.
not a lot really. Like it's the same fucking 3 chords, same fucking drum beat, like
Fucking rock and roll music.
yeah, same fucking thing. But I guess when the songs and you are all different, and they've come from experiences being on the road or whatever that inspiration was to get that one going. But I guess just going around the world and people going fucking yeah, boy, and that's the biggest difference, is being, you know, welcomed into places like Sweden Rock.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But is it possible to describe for a person that has never been on a stage what it is like coming up today, for example, at Sweden Rock, seeing thousands and thousands of people, fans, loving you? What is it like standing there on stage?
Well, you run out there and it's literally like I was saying about, not that we're trying to say we're anywhere in the same league as a military sort of, you know, personnel or soldiers or something, but like if the bullets are coming over and you got to fire back and you got to give them the best that you got on the day. So you're playing the hardest you possibly can. Our whole role, the reason why we exist on this planet is to give rock and roll at power, with all the power and the punch and the fucking everything that we got. So we're not thinking about how many people there is. We're thinking, how can we get them to rock the hardest? Well, rock you. That's what we're here to rock the fuck out of you. That's what we're here to do.
Now you can see that.
Yeah, that's what we do. And then we come off, and then after we come off the stage, we come in the band room, we go, "Gee, how was it? You really liked it? You know, was it all right?" And go, "Fuck, there was a lot of people."
What advice would you give to new artists today? I mean, Spotify's, it comes, I read somewhere that it's 100,000 new songs being released on Spotify every day. 100,000. So it's a lot of musicians out there trying to, you know, become musicians for real, make money.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to a band today or a single artist?
Play live.
Play live,
much
get
as
in
you
a
possibly
room
can.
and play live. Just
Instagram's not going to, you know, it might make you a bit popular or whatever, but you're going to be judged on your craft and how good you play live.
Outplay the pubs.
And when you and when you do that,
fucking play.
your music will
play.
improve when you record music because the stage is where you
go
get your
watch
fuel.
bands and play.
And play.
Learn from bands
Play
and go
live.
and play.
Yeah.
Get on tours
Every
do what
week.
You can.
Get a residency somewhere. Just keep playing.
Keep playing.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap this up with some nostalgia, of course. Do you remember the first album you bought for your own money?
Oh, it was a birthday present, but it was.
Oh, that counts as well.
Oh, Razor's Edge, Thunderstruck, with Thunderstruck on it. Yeah.
I think mine was Screaming for Vengeance by Judas Priest.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, both good ones.
It's a pretty good little combo.
So, do you remember first time you came in touch with, you know, music in terms of playing it yourself, like guitar or singing or whatever?
Yeah, it was in primary school. Used to watch, speaking of Thunderstruck, was watching Thunderstruck on the TV. And then, you know, Aunt Skinny Bop and Cherry Pie and all these 80s kind of stuff. And then just picking up a guitar and hearing TNT and learning TNT and learning how to play it with Russell Moody, who was my guitar teacher in primary school. He was over the road from the school. He was in a great band called the Motivators, with a good mate of ours, Nick Howe. But learning guitar from Russell Moody was really something, because we'd write it out in grey lead pencil. We'd write out the chords, and seeing an E chord, for example, as a 0 on the E string and a 2 and a 2 on the A and D, know that that was an E chord, and only worrying about those first 3 chords was because everyone else wanted to play power chords and go, but if you just go, it's like, that's fucking, just kicks everything out of the fucking world. Like, that's it. You know, that kind of, and that Aussie rock sound from Rose Tattoo, the Angels, but AC/DC, of course, led the way. But that was the first time playing guitar with Russell Moody.
Okay.
And then not long after he started playing guitar, he got sick of playing by himself, so he asked Mum and Dad to buy a drum kit, and then there I had to play drums.
Of course.
And learn Barry Galbraith.
Barry Galbraith taught me, yeah.
Barry
yeah.
Galbraith, whose missus had the toy shop. Remember?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Toy World and Warrnambool. What more do you need? Toy World and drum lessons.
that's
Fucking hell, get your G.I. Joes and get your paradiddles.
great. So it's been an honor meeting you guys, and I can tell you how much I look forward to seeing you on stage later. It's gonna be fucking
Should be good
amazing.
fun.
Thank you, mate.